Fine. Good morning. So, topic is Hitler rise to power. The crisis in the economy, polity, and society form the background to Hitler's rise to power. There are 3 points. Number one, economy. Economy was shattered in Germany during the First World War. Then the polity. Polity means politics. Politics was absolutely gone. Good politics, right? Everyone was centered about about his own theory, and society formed the background to Hitler's rise to power. And Hitler was born in 1889 in Austria. I told you earlier also. And Hitler spent his youth in poverty. He was during the when the First World War broke out. He enrolled for the army, acted as a messenger. He was messenger in the army in the front, became a corporal, and earned medals for bravery. The German defeat horrified him, and Versailles Treaty made him furious. Treaty of Versailles. There, Germany. I described what was the Treaty of Versailles when Germany has to give a lot of gold to the another party, and it was fine on Germany, and then subsequently organization renamed subsequently German Workers' Party. He joined a small group. Hitler joined a small group that was German Workers' Party. Then he subsequently took over the organization and renamed National Socialist German Workers. And this party, National Socialist German Workers, was known as Nazi Party of Germany. So Hitler planned to seize control of Bavaria, I told you earlier also, then march to Berlin, and Nazi could not effectively mobilize popular support till 1930. But after 1930, when banks were, after 29, when banks were collapsed and business was shut down, workers lost their jobs, and middle classes were threatened with this destitution. Then in 1928, Nazi Party got not more than 2.6%. But in 1932, it was a single party which got which was the largest party, and it got 37% voting. So Hitler came into the limelight. Hitler was very powerful at that time, and Hitler was a very good speaker. His passion his words, his love towards country moved the people. He used to say that my country is my family. My country is my mother, my country is my father, my country is my children, my country is my wife, my country is everything. Except my country, no one is there. Right. So this was the passion for his country about Germany. His passion and his words moved people. He promised to build a strong nation. Then, and under the injustice of the Versailles, he said, I will do nothing for the Versailles in the Versailles Treaty. Right. I will undo all the clause in the Versailles Treaty and Versailles, and restore, and I will try to restore, I will do my best to restore the dignity of Germany. He promised employment for those looking for jobs, for the young people, and a secure future for the youth. He promised to weed out all foreign influences because he knows that a lot of foreign influences is there in Germany. They are plundering the Germany. They are plundering Germany. So what he said that all the foreign nationals and foreign companies, they have to pipe up their all things, and they have to move out from the country. He promised to weed out all foreign influences and resist all foreign conspiracies against Germany. Hitler devised a new style of politics. He understood the significance of rituals and spectacular and more mass mobilization. Nazi held massive rallies and public meeting on demonstrate the support of Hitler and instill a sense of unity among the people. After this Hitler came up and Hitler rise to the power, the people saw him as a savior of Germany. The red banners with the swastika. Swastika, I told you that it is a Hindu sign also, swastika, and it was a Nazi salute. And people used to applaud him wherever he. And let me tell you, people were crazy. Yep. They want to see Hitler, right? Then here was another part is the destruction of democracy, right? This section of democracy, and he was a chancellor after he became chancellor of Germany, and he said he said that there should be a dictatorship in Germany. Hitler set out to dismantle the structure of democratic rule. One sentence is enough for you. हिटलर ने वो सारे काम किए जिससे डेमोक्रेसी खत्म हो जाए कहाँ से जर्मनी से और उसने सारे कागजात को जला दिए fire then in German parliament then all the records of Germany they were burned right the fire decree of 20 it happened in 20th of February 1933 indefinitely suspended civic rights और उसने civic rights खत्म कर दिए fundamental rights खत्म कर दिए right to expression खत्म कर दिया and he was the main dictator of you can say Germany and after that the word used to frighten about his name the पूरी दुनिया उसके नाम से डरती थी राइट एक बात याद रखिएगा यदि सपोज दिस जर्मनी used to suppose Germany second world war jeet jati right you know what will happen the whole world he thought that the world will be divided into three parts one part for Germany one two part will be for the Eastern European countries, right? And another third part is there, right? So पूरे विश्व को उसने तीन हिस्सों में बांट देना था. So he turned his arch enemies communist. His enemies were communist, and then he turned on his arch enemies that those were communist, and they sent him to the concentration camps the people in the concentration camp they used to torture the people in concentration camp right they used to torture the people they used to kill the people in concentration camp or basically all communists were there on 3rd March 1933 the famous enabling act was passed enabling act right and this act what was this act this act established dictatorship in Germany. It gave Hitler all the power. Enabling Act के अंदर basically 3rd March को 1933 में ये पास हुआ था and this under this enabling act all powers were centered with Hitler and he became dictator. It gave all the powers to sideline parliament and rule by decree all political parties and trade unions were banned except those parties who were who were supported by Nazi party. Trade unions were banned except for the Nazi party and its alliances. Except Nazi party and its alliances, all other parties were banned. So the state established complete control over the economy. Complete control over the economy, army and judiciary. ये तीन पॉइंट्स बेसिकली होते हैं राइट एक पार्लियामेंट के फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इकोनॉमी इज देयर मीडिया इज देयर आर्मी इज देयर जुडिशरी इज देयर thus complete this aspect these four institutions were those were economy media army and judiciary controlled by Hitler So this was Hitler rise to power, then Reconstruction. You have to come over here. Hitler assigned the responsibility of economic recovery to economist Hasmler Shashe, who aimed a full production and full employment through a state-founded work creation program. Hasmler Hashe, इसने प्रॉमिस किया था कि सभी यूथ को ये जॉब देगा. So this project produced the famous German superhighways and the people's car, Volkswagen. मैंने आपको पहले भी कहते हैं जो Volkswagen देखते हो ना सड़क के ऊपर भागती हुई, हमारे इंडिया में भी Volkswagen है. This Volkswagen was the car of Hitler. This Volkswagen is the car of Germany. And first car was purchased by Hitler. Volkswagen. ये Germany car है. In foreign policy also, Hitler required quick success and he acquired also quick success. He pulled out of the League of Nations. You know, League of Nations कब निकला था? अंडरलाइन कर लीजिए 1933 में he pulled himself from League of Nations. This League of Nations, when it was dead, League of Nations was dead. Then United Nations Organization in 1945 was formed. Okay, so League of Nations 1933 reoccupied the Rhineland in 1936, integrated Austria, Germany in 1938 under the slogan "One People, One Empire, One Leader." Listen this slogan very carefully. The slogan was given by Hitler. That was our one people. पूरे देश के लोग एक हैं. एक उनकी जाति है. वो they belong to Germany. That's all. This is their identification. Which area they belong, which caste and creed they belong, that is a separate issue. The first aspect is important thing is they are Germans. So one people, एक ही nation है, एक ही citizenship है, that is German citizenship. One people. One empire, complete empires of Germany. German was empire. Right, and one leader, who was the leader? Hitler was the leader. He then went on to wrest German-speaking Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia and gobbled up all entire countries. Czechoslovakia, now these days, no Czechoslovakia is there. Earlier, it was Czechoslovakia was there in Eastern Europe country, Eastern Europe continent, Czechoslovakia. I mean, say Hindi में Czech Republic भी कहते हैं. आज Czech Republic गणराज्य है, but that is disintegrated. The Soviet Union was disintegrated, the Czech Republic was also disintegrated. So integrated Austria, Germany, 1938, under the slogan "One People, One Empire, One Leader." He then went on to wrest German-speaking Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia से उसने ये जगह छीन ली and gobbled up entire country. Czechoslovakia को complete अपने कब्जे में कर लिया. And all of these he had the unspoken support of England. England was supporting. Whom? Plus German. That is your Hitler. England जो है Hitler को support कर रहा था, which had considered the Versailles verdict too harsh. These quick success at home and abroad seemed to be reserved the destiny of the country. Hitler did not stop here. Hitler यहाँ रुका नहीं. एक के बाद एक ना वो country को capture करता चला गया. He said democracy is a fool's word. Democracy तो होनी नहीं चाहिए used to say. There should be no democracy. Democracy is a word of coward. डरपोकों की निशानी है democracy. He used to say, because and he killed millions of people. Millions of people. He said, I want to, if someone is against Germany, kill him. Right. So he then went on to reach Germany, and in all, and he, Hitler did not stop here. Sachet had advised Hitler against investing hugely in rearmament as the state still ran on deficit financing. Cautions people, however, had no place in Germany. Sachet had to leave. Hitler chose war on the way out of approaching economic crisis. हिटलर ने कहा कि अब लड़ाई उसके जो फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर थे he warned Hitler, but Hitler didn't listen to him. The result was his finance minister he has to leave. Resources were to accumulated through expansion of territory. In September 1939, Germany invaded Poland. Germany invaded Poland. Poland को invade किया और अपने कब्जे में कर लिया. I told you after one another country, Germany was, it was capturing other countries also. Why German Hitler was defeated? It went up to Russia. USSR तक रशिया तक पहुंच गया था. And the cold weather, due to the cold weather, he was defeated. Nothing else. Right. In September 1939, Germany invaded Poland. This started a war with France and England. In September 1940, a pact was signed. This pact is called Tripartite Pact, and was signed between Germany, Italy, and Japan. Germany, Italy, and Japan. I told you that यदि हिटलर जीत जाता तो उसने पूरे वर्ल्ड को 3 हिस्सों में बांट देना था. One was Germany's part, one was Japan part, one is Italy's part. That's all. See how was his plan. Japan strengthening Hitler's claim to international power. Then puppet regimes supported of Nazi Germany were installed in larger part of Europe. Larger part of Europe में Germany के puppet regime he established puppet regime and throughout Europe, Eastern Europe. By the end of 1940, by the end of 1940, Hitler was at pinnacle of his power. Hitler अपने zenith पे था. ऐसा लगता था कि the word is for Hitler, Hitler is for its word. That's all. Hitler was at its zenith. पूरे पीक पे था हिटलर कब 1940 पे. और इसके बाद जब उसने एक गलती कर दी थी कि उसने रशिया पे अटैक कर दिया था. It was a blunder. हिटलर को कोई पकड़ नहीं पाया था. Hitler was not arrested. Hitler committed suicide. Right. Then Hitler now moved to achieve his longer term aim of conquering Eastern Europe. यहाँ पे उसने गलती कर दी. हिटलर जो थे वो पूरे यूरोप को, ईस्टर्न यूरोप को कंट्रोल करना चाहते थे, कंकेयर करना चाहते थे, जीतना चाहते थे. He wanted to ensure food supply. Give me some point time. Yeah. Yeah. Hitler was moved to achieve his long term of acquiring Eastern Europe. He wanted to ensure food supplies and living space for Germans. This sentence is very important. अब आप कंपेयर कीजिए चाइना को. चाइना क्या करना चाहता है? चाइना पूरे वर्ल्ड को अपने डेट पे, अपने कर्जे पे करना चाहता है. और इट वांट टू कंकेयर one by one. It entered in Nepal. I'm saying about China now. It entered into Nepal. It entered into Sri Lanka. It entered into Pakistan. right? It want to capture through its economy policy complete Asia. It wanted to capture India also, but it's not successful. It was successful. I'm not saying that it was absolutely not unsuccessful. It was successful, right? So he wanted, who wanted? Hitler wanted to ensure food supplies and living space for Germans. He attacked the Soviet Union in 1941. Soviet Union, Russia and all. अब जैसे आप रशिया कहते हो, he entered in 1941 and he attacked Soviet Union. It was a blunder. When he attacked Soviet Union, it was a blunder. He attacked Soviet Union in 1941. In this historic blunder, it's written in the book also. It was a historic blunder. In this historic blunder, Hitler exposed the German Western Front to British aerial bombing and Eastern Front to the powerful Soviet armies. The Soviet Red Army inflicted a crushing and humiliating defeat on German at Stalingrad. Stalingrad में जर्मन के लोगों को बुरी तरह से मारा गया, वहां की आर्मी को. After this, Soviet Red Army hounded out of retreating German soldiers until they reached the heart of Berlin, established Soviet hegemony over the entire Eastern Europe for a half century thereafter. यहाँ पे आकर it was a historic blunder. यहाँ पे आकर हिटलर हार गया. Meanwhile, the USA had resisted involvement in the war. It was unwilling to once again face all the economic problems. अब अमेरिका भी ना वर्ल्ड वॉर में एंटर नहीं करना चाहता था. But Japan forced America to enter in Second World War. First World War had caused, but it could not stay out of the for long. Japan was expanding its power to the east. It had occupied French Indochina, Japan, and was planning attacks on US naval bases in the Pacific when Japan extended its support to Hitler and bombed its US base at Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor, it's one of the best movie of Hollywood also, Pearl Harbor. कभी वक्त मिले तो इस मूवी को देखना, Pearl Harbor. In this, Japan bombarded US Air Force. जापान ने सोचा था कि यूएस का जो बैकबोन है ना वो उनका यूएस एयरफोर्स है. It should destroy US Air Force, then it will come up just like German Empire, just like Hitler. But again, Japan was, in wrong calculation. Pearl Harbor was bombarded, but lot of airplane was saved. Then, 6th of August, 9th of August, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you know better what happened over there. Japan surrendered after atomic bomb bombardment by this one America. Right? When Japan extended its support to Hitler and bombed the US base at Pearl Harbor, the US entered the Second World War. अब तक तो Second World War में US ने कोई entry नहीं की थी. But when its air force was bombarded by Japan, it entered the Second World War. This war ended in May 1945 with Hitler's defeat. 1945 में ये Second World War खत्म हो गया. Right? First World War हुआ था 1914 to 1918. Second World War 1939 to 1945. 6th of August, first atomic bomb was dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 9th of August, right? And Japan surrendered. It was Hitler's defeat and US dropping of atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. From the brief account of what happened in Second World War, we now return to Helmut and his father's story, a story of Nazis criminality during the war. Right. Helmut committed suicide also. His mother also, his wife also committed suicide. His whole family committed suicide along with Hitler. So here I come to an end. Tomorrow I will go for Nazi worldview. Hmm? Thank you.